Jay Uncut in the building.
Wow.
You don't remember like seeing me that one time, bro? Damn.
Who?
Well, actually, me.
Oh, where?
Here. Inside here, bro. I literally
you was doing a podcast.
Yeah, see, you remember me there, right? Okay, cool. All right. Now, because when I told you, you're like, oh, where are we recording at? And I was like,
Oh, I mean,
so I was like,
now
hold
I
on.
remember.
Yeah. Okay, bet. Yeah, you was locked in, bro, for sure.
I do.
You was locked in. What was you? Do you remember what you guys were working on that day? Yeah.
Probably Tony Romiti. She dropped her project.
And that's one of the main artists you work with, right?
One of the main ones.
Yeah, one of the main ones.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming down, Jay.
Yeah.
Coming on to the Real Me Real podcast, brother.
Yeah.
Man, they bumping hard next stairs. Where is that coming from, bro? That's like the loudest it's ever been, bro. Oh God, it's never been like. Have you ever heard it like that before? Tripping. Oh God, that shit loud as hell. All right, yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on, brother. I just gotta get this cool little intro out the way, and then we'll get straight to it.
For sure.
But of course, guys, welcome back to an episode of the Real Me Real podcast, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are new to this channel, I'm your host, Rel. Of course, it's been a long journey. Today's video is also sponsored by Nothing But Hit Studios. Of course, we back in the studio with it. I've been kind of everywhere right now lately shooting, which is super cool, and I love it. And it's been an amazing experience pulling up to different spots and then shooting, in different areas. It's cool as fuck. It's always like a new way of looking at my podcast, or like what it could look like. So it's been great. But of course, we're in the A room today, and if you guys are try to book this room, they got rates available. Of course, at Nothing But Hit Studios, you guys can go DM the account. They usually got specials going on or something like that. So you guys can always go check that out. If not, you guys go hit up Mixed by Marv, of course, my sponsor. Shout out Marv. And yeah, so make sure you guys are subscribed as well. We just hit 1,000 subscribers not too long ago. We hit 1,000 subs like end of last year, Jay. I want to say this is like my second year in the podcast game. I've been on this grind, bro. I literally started like in the living room of my house. I just knew I had a vision for my pod, and I was just getting people. I was making connections, like getting rappers in, producers. I really just kind of focused on entertainment. So I was interviewing a lot of, like I said, artists, producers, video directors, things of that nature, maybe managers, things like that. So I started in the crib, bro. I want to say, I don't have the exact number, but I did for sure like over like 80 podcasts in my house before like I met Marv.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I was really that's how it all started, man. Let's see, back to what I was saying though. Of course, you guys can obviously listen to these episodes live on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, guys. If you guys don't know, for those who love to listen, like I always talk about it. People come up to me all the time and say, I love your podcast. I'll be watching it while I'm driving or while I'm doing this at work, whatever, etc. So if you guys don't know, you guys can always listen to these live. The link is in the description for that. Also, get you guys yourself some merch. The Real Me clothing. We got affordable rates. Like I said, we're going to pull that up. You guys get yourself some. Nothing over $45. We got hoodies, zip-ups, sweats, hats, beanies. We just added a lot of cool new logo, the whole 9 yards. So make sure you guys go tune into that as well. But, yeah, back to what I was saying, Jay, pretty much, yes, I started in my crib, man. I've been grinding it out. Yeah. I think we could pretty much open up like Marv, because that's a mutual connection. That's how I know you, bro, of course. I've seen you around the studio. But yeah, today's special guest with me, my boy, Jay Uncut, a well-known producer in the game. He's a legend. He's a GOAT. He got a lot of stuff to talk about. And, of course, we got him on the Real Me Real podcast. But, yeah, so, I know that you know Marv. We'll start with you first. Like, how did you connect with Marv?
It's a mutual connection.
Yeah, so tell me the story.
Engineer that I work with, Swaggy, he was working
Swaggy.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's another mutual connection. I did interview Swaggy too. Yeah. And I don't know if you peeped that as well, but he talked about you as well, I think. Jay Uncut. Yep.
Yeah. And then he was just like, Marv in the next room, and I just kind of came over and introduced myself.
Okay.
Well, it was more of like a mutual introduction because we kind of already knew each other. So
but you guys never talked or?
Never linked in person type situation. So. It was, it was cool, instant connection, and we both on kind of the same grind. So,
okay, bet. Yeah. I feel like you guys are like really locked in though, man. Like you guys be putting in work. I be seeing you like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's that season. So, we got to come in and make make the hits for real. You know what I'm saying? But
It's
you know,
that time.
it's easy though. It's easy when you just have a connection, like a good working relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You can really make a lot of progress. And you know, I don't do busy work. We do work with intention. So we both kind of had the same idea that we're not just doing sessions just to do sessions. We're doing projects that mean something, you know.
Music.
And we understand what these projects mean and where where we're going with them and what the goal at the end is. So that kind of thing creates more of a gel when you're working. So Marv has that, man. Marv
That mindset, huh?
Yeah. He we kind of like-minded in that area, so that's why we kind of work well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, his work ethic is insane.
No, facts.
Literally insane, man. So I'll go with me first. So okay, so like we did the podcast right here. So I did an interview with Marv. The intent wasn't to like I didn't like know I was gonna get sponsored by him or nothing like that. It was more like I already was kind of like had some mutual connections, kind of like sort of say like you kind of came upon him. So it wasn't like he just randomly appeared. So I was already kind of cool with Run That Back West. These other producers I had on my podcast, and I did an interview with him, and you know the interview went well, and then I showed him like how much like work I was putting in. Like I was showing him my catalog basically. You know what I mean? Because I was like, okay, I think the camera died or something like that during the interview, and I was like, okay, while the camera's charging, let me show you like what I've done. And he just saw like how many people I was bringing in just from my house, and I think like I don't know, I think that was a big part of like how that sponsorship came about, bro, for real. Because I think he just respected like the determination that I had. Because I was basically doing this literally in my house. You know what I mean? And it was going great. You know what I'm saying? This was even better. You know what I mean? But I think that's something for sure that caught Marv's eye for sure. And I want to say that was probably like a couple months ago. And ever since then, I came in here like I think I had 500 subs or something like that. We just hit over 1,000. We've been doing a lot of dope podcasts, and I've been bringing in guests, and I've been locked in ever since, bro, for real. But yeah, that's pretty much concludes with the podcast, man. I've been around 2 years. I just grinded out, trying to get these bigger names in here. Just been locking in for real and staying consistent. That's pretty much what I've been trying to do. Not letting up. Not missing a week. Just dropping podcasts and just doing my thing for real. But yeah. So that being said, okay, let's talk about you though, Jay. So we always like to start the little podcast when I do these interviews, a little about yourself. So one thing that is like obviously I was gonna talk about is you're from Toronto.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, Toronto. Because when I like a lot of your stuff, it says you're based out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
But you're from Toronto, so I didn't want to like mix it up or like anything. So
it's kind of both. So
okay, but yeah, let's get into that first. Like where you from and grew up around. Yeah, before we get into the music and stuff.
Yeah, I was born in Toronto.
Okay, so tell me about that. How was that like?
I don't know. I would have no idea what Toronto's like.
So you're just born there?
I was just born there. I know Atlanta is my home.
Oh, so.
Yeah, so it's kind of like.
Why do they emphasize it so much that you're from Toronto?
I guess because it's a great question. Why?
Like who's I mean, because think about like a lot of stuff you read about. It says some Toronto's in there.
It's always Toronto.
Something's in there.
I mean, because I'm technically from Toronto. It's kind of like 21 Savage is from London. But all he knows is Atlanta. That's kind of me.
So you're kind of like a 21 of the. Okay.
Yeah, so like I'm born in Toronto, but all I know is Atlanta. So, but Toronto is.
You got family out there?
I have family in Toronto, but because that's where we originated. But I left Toronto when I was like 5 or 4 or something, and then I did my whole life in Atlanta.
What part of Atlanta?
Atlanta's small.
Well, yeah, I got family out there.
So you can basically say everywhere. South Side, Clayton County.
Clayco?
Yeah.
And okay. That's where my brother said, yeah.
From Clayco to East Side, Decatur.
And
then I did high school in Decatur. And then from East Side to North Side, Gwinnett County.
Gwinnett too?
Yeah, I did the first part of my adulthood in the North. And
then, the North.
And then went to the second part. I went to Sandy Springs, Buckhead. So
so you grew up all over?
All over, yeah. Yeah, Atlanta's small, man. People think it's big. It's a small little circle. 25.
It just feels big. It's like it's country.
It's country
out there. If you've never been to Atlanta, man, everywhere feels like you're in a movie, bro. Like I don't know if it's just very just country out there for real.
Yeah, but it's a vibe though.
It is definitely a vibe. I love it. I love going out there.
Atlanta gives you opportunity.
It does.
It's everybody knows everybody, and it's like if you're in entertainment, or if you're trying to grow as a entrepreneur, black entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
music, of course, even film now, there's opportunity everywhere. Because Atlanta's, they're trying to be Hollywood, but they're not Hollywood.
What do you mean by that?
Like, they're trying to be like high up, where, everything is established, and, you're trying to reach the heights of the heights,
Yeah.
but it doesn't go as high as people think it
They
do.
make it seem?
They make it seem, yeah. So you can reach the height like that because it doesn't take long to get to the top, or it doesn't take you long. You can sit in a room with a CEO because the CEO is probably going to be at Magic City with everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's local, even though it looks like they popping, but everybody's reachable. Because we all are just a small community, but everybody's doing their thing.
Right.
They doing their thing, which is why I had to leave. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about let's go back though. Okay, so you being growing up there in Atlanta, high school, abbreviate. What was that kind of like for you? How was high school? What kind of kid were you in high school? Did you do sports, anything like that? Before we jump into this music things.
I was the lame kid, man.
Whoa.
I'm not even. I don't cap on this shit, bro. I was corny.
You was a corny kid?
I was corny.
Damn.
I wouldn't get
How though? What was?
I wouldn't get no bitches.
No
I wouldn't.
All high school?
At all. I was they didn't make fun of me. We were at that age where making fun of the corny kid was corny. Cause before it was fun to make fun of the nerds.
There was a little error with that.
That era, I passed that era. I'm in the era where it wasn't cool, but they don't fuck with you either. It's kind of like, yo, don't make fun of him. Now I look lame because you got the ones saying.
Yeah, because you look like a guy that's trying to be the bull. Yeah. That's so it's kind of
But they weren't. No one was. I wasn't being teased or nothing. It was
no bullying going on.
Yeah, it was no bullying.
No
it was
bullying
more so
on. Okay.
I wasn't the cool kid.
Damn.
It was the cool kids. They.
I feel like everyone in Atlanta's cool though.
Oh no. This is before. Yes, but
for the most part,
for the most part, but that's before. I wasn't the cool kid. I didn't go to none of the after school events. I went straight home.
You like only child?
Nah, I'm the oldest of 4.
Okay.
Yeah, but school was not my thing. I was disengaged. I isolated myself. So.
And was it always like that, or just maybe just in high school, when you're younger, because you just always just kind of
always like that. Yeah. I had my little group of friends, but we were all lame. So.
Do you still kick with them to this day?
I know them now. Yeah. But I'm the guy they look up to now.
I bet. I mean, the way you're making it seem, you gotta be for sure.
So it's
unless anyone else did anything close to what you did.
Yeah, it's everybody just found their path.
Everyone got their own journey. No disrespect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've learned that they didn't do what I did, but I'm sure they were successful
in their own way.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, high school wasn't fun at all.
Damn.
I didn't even graduate, bro. I didn't care for it.
You stopped going?
Yeah, I just stopped going. That shit was corny, bro.
Do you, cause your high school experience, or you personally just wasn't fucking with it because of that?
I think it was both, man.
Do you regret that a little bit?
No, because if you really think about it, and this is not for everybody else. This is my personal experience.
Got it.
If you really think about it, high school would have did nothing for me, graduating. Because what am I gonna do with
right? Yeah, I guess in that sense, yeah.
But
the experience of high school,
experience, sure, maybe if
because that's only a once in a lifetime. You know what I mean?
If I could go back, I would do it differently. I'd be more engaged. I feel like I'd still be corny though.
There's no shaking that or what?
I don't. Yeah, because I'm not social. I don't till this day. I'm not social. I don't go out. I don't kick it with the homie. I don't have a crew when I'm going out. Because a lot of producers or artists, they have their crew.
Yeah.
I don't have a crew, bro. It's me dolo. So, I think that it would have been the same thing in high school. I just would have been dolo. I was just like, I'm just here to get my job done and go home. So I feel like it would have been.
That is the vibe you're giving off though right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been lame though if I were to do it over.
Right.
But back then wasn't really confident in myself as I am now. So it's a little different. Yeah. So
do you think money changed that?
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah, but in a not in the best way. Yeah, it would change. It definitely. I won't say money changed it. I think seeing the possibility, knowing the possibilities would change that. Knowing what I know now makes me confident because I know what I can achieve.
Got it.
I wouldn't say money because money changed for the bad. I think the understanding that I know what I'm capable of changes my confidence.
So like, in other words, you say like knowing yourself, getting to know yourself more. Like,
I know my path. Like if I could look at a crystal ball and tell you that's my path. I already know. Like I don't guess.
And you never had that like, so in high school, like you never had like you didn't know what was planned for your future or anything like that?
I had no idea. I had no idea. I was always into music, but I didn't know anything about the business side, or I didn't know anything about why people are in music. I just knew I knew how to do it. So I also didn't know there would be a career in it. I just thought I just do it, but it wasn't until like later on in adulthood when I started to realize, oh, I can really make money doing music.
How old were you?
I was late, bro. I started life late, man. Yo, it's crazy when you think about it. I started life late, bro. Life didn't start for me till like 30.
Really?
Yeah.
So what were you doing before that?
I was fucking off, bro. Doing stupid shit, bro. I was trying to survive. Atlanta was cool, but it was just I was just trying to find my way, and I was just kind of like, dipping and dabbling in whatever I thought would make sense. And then you got to keep in mind too, like Atlanta's full of scammers. So
we do know that.
Yeah, so it's like, know that. So I start getting involved in shit like that. Like now I'm hanging with scammers and I'm trying to get by cashing bad checks and and that got me caught up. Got arrested for it was a bunch of dumb shit.
COVID was a wild time.
Yeah. Well, who when?
COVID.
Oh, it was
way before the COVID. Huh?
Yeah, it was way before then. COVID was a great time.
That was a great, wild time. I said wild, wild time, wild time. But definitely a great time as well, for sure. Like, it had some things to it. Money was up, bro, for sure.
COVID is what changed everything for me. Before COVID, I was still trying to figure it out. I knew what I wanted to do. I was already established in music before COVID, but I wasn't making no money. I was still trying to figure it out.
Okay, so I mean, bring that up. Let's jump into the music, man. So like, when would you say like your love for producing start?
Oh, way before COVID. It was back in that. I'd say like 2007-ish, 2007. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's when I kind of got my first placement working with Regina Bell. She's an old school artist, but she's established herself. She won a Grammy and all that. She's really dope.
Nice.
But, but that gave me the inspiration to like, oh, I can do this because I worked with this person. Still kind of like figuring my way, but that's when I realized, oh, I'm a producer.
Was it hard getting that placement?
Nah, she found me. I was just playing the piano, and she liked what I was playing, and she was like, let's do that on my album. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I realized, oh, there's business behind this. Yeah, they taught me all of that. So that's when I ended up doing this whole like, okay, now I'm a producer. Now I'm getting publishing. Let's see how far I can go with this.
I've learned a lot because one thing about me, you guys know, you guys look at my catalog, man. I'm not saying like you probably know all of them, but I do interview a lot of producers, bro. So I've learned, I love producers for sure.
Yeah.
Because I think, first of all, I think you guys are very underlooked as well. And I think people don't really understand that a lot of these songs are really starts out with the producer. And I think people really don't understand like how important that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think people don't really get like how important, how much impact a producer has on a single or a record. You know what I mean? Because it's from scratch, man. Like they make that's how it starts. So I think people don't understand that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these beats and stuff that we love to these days, you know, we got the artists on there, you know, saying whatever, and then the art, you know, it's like a, you know, it's a team thing, whatever. But I really don't think producers get enough credit as well. I really don't think, to be honest with you, bro. Because they're just as, people don't understand they're just as important as artists, and not even more. Because without the producers, there's no song, bro. That's what people don't understand. Like, I would think so.
I agree.
For the most part.
For the most part, I agree. So, it's because their music is so easy now.
Right.
Songwriters, artists and songwriters can find beats from anywhere now.
But it started with a producer, though.
It does start with.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's the base.
I just think that. Okay, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But there's levels to it.
Right.
And I think that's where it gets a little deeper, because everybody can't. Yeah,
some producers aren't as like important as others. Don't get me wrong about that too. Well, like, it goes deeper than others, because some people are like actually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was gonna say
levels to it,
because, you know, anybody can make a beat.
Right.
I honestly think like a 12-year-old can make a beat. Making beats has become easier than it used to. Making a record is where you
that line. That's that fine line. Yeah.
Like now we're talking about who's the producers. Making a beat, okay, we can do that. I can do that.
Yeah. Would you say like
making a record? That's where it's like, oh, okay, who's the producer here?
Would you say like beat makers and producers are like two different things? But I don't know anyone that says I'm a beat maker.
I think it's disrespectful to call a beat maker a beat maker. I think it's disrespectful because we're all producers.
Okay.
So there's a difference, but I would not degrade a beat maker to just a beat maker. I would just be like, bro, you're a producer. It's all good.
Okay. You'll let them have that.
Go ahead
and have that title, buddy.
Because there are a lot of producers who cannot make records, cannot make full records.
Okay.
I'm not gonna just call him a beat maker though. You're still a producer. It's cool. But
not that guy.
But there's levels. I keep saying there's levels. I learned to make records because there's a lack of producers who know how to make records. There's a lot of producers who can make beats. I don't think, because I started in this game late, I felt that it was going to be hard to establish myself as just a producer making beats, because everybody makes beats. So it was like, well, how can you kick the door in and establish yourself?
The original, stand out from just being like any other producer,
Yeah.
And you have to have that mindset to be great, for sure.
And it wasn't necessarily I was doing anything different.
Right.
I think it was more so what am I willing to do that a lot of producers aren't willing to do, which is you got to create your own table. They're not going to just invite you to the table. You got to create your own table.
Explain what you mean by that, creating your own table.
Like, you can't sit with us. Why? Because we are already here.
Mm-hmm.
I bet. Because that's how it was for me in Atlanta. So it's like, all right, bet. I'll just create my own table. So I'm creating my own artists. I'm getting my own studio.
Yeah.
I'm getting my own songwriters. I'm getting my own engineers. I'm bringing my own camera. I got all of that. People started gravitating to what I was doing. I was creating my own table.
Hell yeah.
I ended up managing a studio in Atlanta because they didn't have anybody who can run it. So I came in and I was like, all right, bet. Brought my songwriters with me, who I was always working with. All right, bet. Got songwriters. One of them's already an engineer. I'm an engineer. All right, bet. Now we got
right there.
Now we missing one element. We need an artist.
Like some artists up in there.
So I was bringing a few artists, hit and miss. Cool, it's all good.
Happens.
And then the one came in, and that's when Rubi Rose came in.
Let's talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, dog. Rubi Rose, man.
Yeah, she was.
Shout out her, by the way.
Yeah. Shout out Ruby. I tell her this all the time. I owe her my whole career. I tell her that all the time. She knows. I owe her everything, because if
she changed your life,
she did. She broke. She established my table. So, it's like I'm still everybody like people fuck with me in Atlanta, but there was levels.
Yeah, and once you got that Rubi Rose.
Yeah, so Ruby came in.
Yeah,
she's still trying to find her hit. She already cut Big Mouth, so it was already doing its thing, but that's all she had at the time.
Okay,
and it was like, she's still not established as a rapper, as an artist.
Yep.
And she came in recommended by one of her homegirls that I was working with, and she was like, yeah, Jay, I love your sound, let's work. So she was like, so it kind of goes back to where I was dealing with her homegirl.
Yeah.
Music wise.
Was the homegirl artist too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was messy.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was messy.
Right. Gotta do what you gotta do, brother.
I had to do what I do.
Gotta do what you gotta do, brother.
And then it kind of got to the point where I'm like, well, in order for bring one of your homegirls so we can turn this shit up a little bit.
Let's lock in. Hell yeah.
And so she's like, yeah, I got someone. And Ruby walks in and we're creating record. I'm like, I don't know who she is, by the way.
Okay, so you just saw her pull up.
I just saw her pull up. Yeah, I didn't know who she was. And she's like,
she bad.
Yeah, she walked in and was like, I love your sound. She texted me after one of our sessions like, I love your sound. I just want to lock in with you and my songwriter that I had at the time. I was like, bet. This is right in the middle of the pandemic too.
Nice. Crazy times back then.
Yeah, I was picking her up from her house. Like,
Ruby?
It was every day. Just driving, let's work.
But Ruby's like, if I'm not mistaken, she's like been kind of like, she has some.
She's
been going on for like a long time. Like she was some shit going on, right?
The thing is,
yeah, but it's not like music wise. But like, I mean, she had other, she had other shit though. Like I think,
she was popping. She already did Bad and Bougie.
Yeah, she was in a Bad and Bougie music video.
She was popping, but
she was dating some other people too, like that. Some were probably celebrities or something like that at the time. So,
but
okay, but not music. Yeah, not music. Yeah.
Until
you came in, yeah.
And then we locked in. We cut like 50, 100 records, like just cutting. And then at the end of that summer 2020, we found the one, dropped it. That shit just went crazy, like crazy. And then now I'm looking online, and it's Jay Uncut. I'm like, shit, niggas know who I am now.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Ruby, was she like? Did she have like a record label deal at the time?
Yes and no. It was like she was in the middle of negotiation with L.A. Reid at the time, because he had a label out here in L.A. And so when the record dropped, now people are seeing who I am. Now I'm getting calls from A&Rs at publishing companies like Sony, and they're coming to meet me at my studio, and I'm getting interviews and all that. And then I'm like, all right, so what's next? Because now, like, I'm seeing all this shit, and that's when I get, people starting to teach me the game. Like now, I told you, like in Atlanta, it's very easy to reach the top because it's everybody hangs with everybody.
Right.
So dudes at the top are talking to me now, like, yo, this is what you do next. Yo, we're gonna, publishing deal. I'm like, all right, well, what can we do? And they already offering me money I've never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
$250,000 is a lot to me.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I've never seen that shit, and they popped that off of me. I was like, all right, cool.
Was that like the first?
That was my first deal.
First deal.
Yeah, and I ain't never seen no shit like that before. So they offered that. They offered that for me at Sony, and I kind of that's when the little shy lame guy kind of just went away.
Yeah, where was that guy at, huh?
Oh, he was gone long.
He out of there.
Now I'm doing the wildest shit, bro. I'm with every chick you can think of. I'm not.
You're right there,
mention
Rubi
no
Rose. You
names.
feeling yourself now.
I was feeling myself, bro.
For sure now. Got people throwing money at you. Rubi Rose right there. You picking up Rubi Rose from the crib.
Yeah, it was.
Niggas don't even know what's going on no more.
I came to LA and I was just like, yeah, shit. That's what I said. Money didn't really. It didn't. Money did the bad. It was character development didn't come until, like, I got humbled. But yeah, it was time, and I appreciate it because it established a lot of growth, established a lot of understanding and hunger and wanting to do more. Because Atlanta reached my ceiling.
Yeah.
I came to LA and I realized I was back at the bottom again, and it's time to move up. So that's kind of like why I know where I'm going. I know what it is now, and it's a dope experience, man.
After that first session with Ruby, like how long until that record that went viral? Like how long was it till like after?
After we dropped it?
Yeah, because I think you said that she came in one day for a session, right? And then you guys got cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then like how long like were you guys cool until like then?
Oh yeah, we ran it up for like 3 months.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And
so you guys been working locked in, and then that thing happened. Okay,
then
cool.
we dropped the song. Yeah, and then after the song dropped and it went up, then we dropped an album. And when we dropped the album, that's when it was like, because I produced damn near the whole album. And then
did that album have features on it?
Yeah, we had Future, and we had Cardi.
Future and Cardi.
Yeah, it was pretty.
So
good.
like, can I ask you something, bro? Like, so you produce the album, like, okay, like, how does that work? Like, when you work with artists like that, like, did you just get the vocals in, and then you kind of like the verse?
Vocals came in, yeah. All through her relationships though.
Right.
Yeah, and it ended up being more so like it was a very easy process because we already had all the songs. We were cutting songs all summer, so we had all these songs. It was just getting vocals in, and
just a matter of putting it together. At that point.
Yeah, and
okay.
we had fun with that, and then it was up from there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who are some of your other, if you have any other producers that you favor, that just personally? I know you know some now, but I'm saying, like, did you have some before you got into this? That kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a few. Troy Taylor. It's his birthday. Shout out Troy Taylor.
Okay,
Troy Taylor is he's big in R&B. I came from R&B.
R&B.
Yeah. So he taught me the game. He taught me. He's like, okay, you're here. Oh, he taught me before I got there. He was on some like, watch how you move and shit. But then when I got there, he was like, now he's teaching me how to make records.
Nice.
Like real records. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, Troy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like favor too many, because everybody's on like a different vibe, and I don't click with everybody's vibe. But I respect hella producers though. There's a lot of mine like I'll be like, okay, I'm cool with. But I have a small envy.
Yeah.
I small one, not a heavy, because like I feel like I started late, and you guys have already doing what you're doing. So now I'm playing catch up. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at it like, okay, all right, I can go a little harder. So I don't look up to none of them. It's more so like I respect them all. That's all. Yeah. But it's like, nah, it's time. Like every time one of them drops something, all right, fuck it, I need to go back and get something.
These are to motivate you to work harder.
It's just motivation, yeah.
Well, the next one I was gonna ask you, like, okay, like, have you met anybody? Like, I mean, it seems like you're not really a fan of nobody, so I don't feel like there's like anybody really you would meet. Like, I'm just trying to think of anyone else. Maybe
you talking about producers?
Yeah, producers. I was gonna say artists next, but producers.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of no producers.
Damn.
I just respect them. Like it's
like Marv. He was telling me he met a lot of people, like Hit Boy's engineer, his shit like that.
Yeah, I know Hit
Nothing
Boy.
like that.
Yeah, Hit Boy's cool, but I'm not a fan. He's just somebody I respect.
Got it.
Yeah. Because I feel like, like I got my own shit, and pushing to do my own shit. But it's kind of like.
Yeah, I meant like, and then when I meant fan, like I meant like someone that you favorite and maybe got to meet and work with. Like, like me, like there's a lot of people like I personally are cool, and then when I get to sit down and interview them, that's a cool thing. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, not nor like fanboy like type shit. Hell no. But yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just trying to think.
A lot of the producers I collab with, we're all peers.
Right.
It's not like. Like again, there's still all respect.
And speaking of collabing, like when it comes to like working with you, Jay, like like having all that success kind of like happened pretty fast. I would say, where time span. Yeah. So like, are you to this day like when other producers want to work with you, like are you open to working with upcoming producers, or are you only set on having like your own kind of thing going on?
I work with a lot of upcoming producers.
Okay.
I always check vibes first.
Nice.
And then I'm like, all right, yeah. So I know I work with a lot of different producers, and they all, it's all like a respect thing.
Got it.
And again, I'm a big energy guy, so if that's why I don't mess with a lot too many.
You did tell me you do keep yourself in the beginning of the episode. Yeah, you was telling me.
I'm very isolated, bro. Like, I told you it's that high school shit, man. I was just
shit just didn't leave you.
I just didn't fuck with nobody. Yeah.
It's either that or you like just had so much fun that you're done. Like you're just like you don't even into it like that.
I had a lot of
There
fun.
had to be a time where you was turning up, bro. For sure.
Not in high school, no.
Not in high school, but I'm saying like I don't know, somewhere along the line. Like,
yeah,
especially when all that Rubi Rose stuff was popping. Like you probably had to go through something where you're
I went through a lot of. I did
for sure, bro.
And it was a short period of time.
For sure, yeah.
And then I realized, I'm not that guy. Let me chill.
Let me get back to my roots.
Go back to like chilling, yeah, because it got real messy.
Homie looked himself in the mirror, didn't even recognize him so much.
I did. Like, I looked in the mirror for sure. I was like, why am I with these? Like, what am I doing?
It's just discussion with yourself.
Man, I think
we have those moments sometimes.
I think I blew like 10 bands in a strip club just trying to be cool and shit. It was just like,
who am I?
Yeah, like what are we doing this for? So I had a couple of those moments. It didn't make sense.
I don't know, cause like. See me like I always kind of like I see people do all types of crazy shit. I mean, just talking about money and shit. Like I see people like when they like artists or whatever, when they get a lot of money, they start doing like crazy shit.
Yeah,
it's like see me, I don't know how like you can give me $100,000 today, like, and I wouldn't.
You're blowing it.
I wouldn't blow the whole thing.
You are. I'm telling you. I know.
I wouldn't blow the whole.
You will.
No, I don't know. Like.
Listen. I promise you will. The second time you get it, you won't. The first time you get it, you're gonna.
The whole 100? Y'all think the 100 is going?
The whole thing. Yeah.
The way that you agree to that so fast.
It's
you
because
back, brother. That's crazy.
It's a culture shift. Now you
like I would spend some shit.
You're gonna spend a lot of shit. It's part of it's something that you haven't had before. And you realize when it starts coming, everything comes fast. Everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I do get used to stuff fast. I'm not gonna lie.
It's more
weird.
than material things. It's the mindset is gonna rush. It's like a sugar rush. You can't stop it until you realize it's gone, and then it's like, okay. The second time you get it though, you're gonna be chill because you're gonna get all that shit out your system. I did all of this, everything I'm telling you, and every producer that I know, every artist that I know, done the same thing. They blow it. It's part
the whole 100, did he?
They whatever advance they got, they blow it. It's part of you got to get that shit out your system.
But I'm a good I've always invested in myself though. That's the thing. I feel like I mean for real though, like I wouldn't blow the whole shit. Like I'm not saying I'm financially that smart or whatever, but I don't think I would. I don't know. I'm really like you can see what I've done with myself as it is. So I feel like I don't know. I would use a good amount of it to like really push my shit.
I blew $250,000 in 1 year.
That's fucking crazy. Like, see, how did you do that?
It just happens, bro. The great thing about it, I think what really fucked it up is because I was still making money as I had it. So I felt like it was endless, and it's like because
10 here, 5 there. Yeah, you kind of like
it kept coming because I'm now
working too with the money.
And so everybody's paying me for shit I'm doing. So it felt like it was endless, but bro, that shit. And then when girls get involved and it's. Do
you spend money on shorties?
I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I'm gonna keep 100 on this shit right
It's called the real me with Rails. So you gotta be the real you.
I did.
What's like the most expensive shit you probably like blew on a shorty? Be real. Where you're like, this is a lie, but you know what? Fuck it. I got that money.
Oh damn.
Just say it, man. Fuck it.
I mean.
He said,
I mean, I'll just say, I did about 15. It's not that much. It's not that. That's not really that much.
Not that much.
It's yeah.
I mean, compared to others, listen, you know what I mean.
I learned
whatever you want to say to make yourself feel better.
This is why I said your money goes fast, because you think it sounds like a lot, right?
15 is crazy, dog.
It sounds like a lot, right? Bro, go out there to these girls, bro. That's nothing to them, dog. And they look at you funny, like, damn, that's it. And you're like, no, now I gotta go harder, because you laughing at my little 15 that bro. They don't play. That's why I said money goes fast, dog. It goes fast, dog. I've done a lot, and the lot that I've done still is not a lot.
I'm sure you better stay away from me when I'm up.
That's why I said, man,
get away from me.
It was a shock for me, and I had to kind of like relax. So my next situation is gonna be on a totally different, because I got that shit out my system, bro. You got to get that shit out your system. Talk to every producer who's got a deal. I promise you, they blew their first joint. It's natural. So, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did what I did, and it's a little different now. So,
is it hard to come back from that?
It's not hard to come. Well, when that's the beautiful thing about music, bro. Like, you can always get it again. I feel like, and I don't know the statistics, but I feel like the two most valuable things in life is real estate and publishing. I think those two are the two that you can get endless. And so music is about publishing. So I feel like it's, as long as you're working, you'll never go broke. Like, you're always going to establish, an income. But it's how you go about it, with that, yeah. Yeah, and so it's not hard to come back from. You just gotta work hard and change your habits. I had to change habits, but nah. That's
250 in a year is crazy, brother.
Yeah, I did some shit, man. I was buying Rolexes. I was buying.
Let's talk about the jewelry, man. I see you iced up, brother. I see you iced up in here. So, I mean, what was one of the first pieces you bought? Did you buy a chain first, Rolly, or what was your? And
I'm telling you, if you look, every producer's first joint they buy is always a watch, bro. Everybody says the first thing they do is go buy a watch. I have no idea why it's a watch. I want
to get a watch, but I feel like it's a thing to do. Like,
it's just everybody buys a watch. Every producer's the first investment is they watch. I wasn't trying to copy nobody.
It's just a thing that people. It's not. Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
So was it Rolly?
It was a Rolex first, and then AP next. After.
How long did you wait to get that AP? That's like big boy joint.
Yeah, mine was like 85. I got that like maybe 2-3 months after
the deal.
Rolex. Yeah.
So 2-3 months later, you're buying an $85,000 watch.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It wouldn't make sense. Also, too, keep in mind, bro, it wasn't.
I mean, bro, it's like, see, I don't know. Like, you're saying I would do it, but I don't know. Y'all still think I would?
Because it's not just the first. Your first advance is not just all you're getting. Music is endless, bro. It's a lot coming at the same time, bro.
But just 80 bands is crazy. Like, I
made that off of one album. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the advance is one thing. Right. Everything else is coming. Now I'm getting money off of albums. I'm getting production. I'm getting producer advance.
It's not even that. It's just like, I just remember more times not having 80 bands than having it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I can't get past that.
I did not think about none of that. Now I'm no longer that corny guy who is trying to make it. Now everybody's looking at me, and now I'm like, and then it's an ego thing, because now I'm trying to maintain this reputation. That's why I said I'm looking up in the mirror. I'm like, I'm not that guy, bro. I don't know why they looking at me like this. But you start doing shit, and then then I get, I find a baddie, and she's wanting to be in a relationship. So now you gotta
even more up it.
Now I gotta up the game even more.
I'm flex up. Where's she at now? I ain't mean to do that.
Yeah, it's all good. Everybody's doing good.
Okay.
Everybody's doing good. But, yeah, so it's a lifestyle.
So if you guys are listening right now, don't do that shit. For real. Don't, you know what I mean? Do not blow $250,000 in your first deal. Hey, man. Don't do that. Even though he's saying it's inevitable, still try to hold back and don't do that shit. For sure. Damn.
Yeah, bro. It's cool though, man. It's great.
Great experience.
That's why I said I I started life late. I feel like I'm an adult now.
Okay.
I was an adult back then. I was playing around with adulthood. Now it's like, now I feel life has meaning to me now.
Okay.
Now I told you, I could look into a crystal ball and already tell you what my life is going to be.
Good genie.
Yeah, because I understand now. I know what to do. I know how to do it, and I know what the result is when I do it. A lot of people still trying to figure that out. Like, if I do this, what will happen? A lot of people trying to figure that out.
I've always felt like I had a strong vision in my path too, as well.
Yeah. It's so, when you have a vision, when you see it, and it's like, oh, okay, if I do this and do this, it turns into that. Now you have purpose. Now you're like, okay, I see what to do. Now I'm not fucking off no more. I'm not gonna be doing this. I'm here. So that, it took all of that for me to get to that. And that's what I'm calling, bro. That's why I isolate myself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rubi Rose, like, what's your relationship with her right now? Like, currently, today, what's going on right there?
Yeah, what's this, man. She's still doing her thing. You know, she got multiple things now. She's a big brand now.
Yeah.
You know, outside of just music. She'll tell me all the time she just wants to get back into music, but she's living her life. So
Can we expect more music from you guys, or?
I have about 100 records with her. Ruby, I'm dropping all of them joints. So I'm really thinking about dropping like a project like on my own though.
You should. Have you ever done? I always tell producers like that, because if there's one thing I know about producers, they sit on a lot of music, and I always encourage my producers to go drop their own tape.
Yeah. No, I've done that before. I've dropped singles before,
but not a tape.
Not a whole tape.
So you haven't done a tape.
To do that.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because I got so many unreleased songs.
Nice. So they got dropped somehow, man. They gotta get out there for sure.
Yeah. But no, Ruby's cool, bro. She's a vibe, man, and she's grown a lot too. So we're it's always family. I told you, I tell her this all the time. I owe her my career. I anytime I see her, I be like, I'm in debt to you forever. So
You really believe if it wasn't for that single, you wouldn't be where you're at?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, no. I think everything happens the way it's supposed to go.
Right.
So it's not that if it doesn't happen, I'm not here. It's that it just happened. It's like, I can't say it wouldn't have happened. I feel like it just was supposed to happen. I don't. There's no alternate universe to me. I just feel like that's just what it would have. That's just kind of, because I worked hard. I worked hard for her to even respect me when she came into the studio the first time.
And I always tell people that exactly too as well. Like, like the studio thing. So people know, like, some people just been tuning in since I got the studio, right? But people understand is like, I had to take that leap and believe in myself first to make myself, an asset, or to be able to get looked at or be respected and be even in Marv's eye.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was just like, obviously I'm blessed for him to do that, but it wasn't like he was just trying to like literally just put me on type thing. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing shit. He's like kind of like giving a handout. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, here, you know what I'm saying? It was like he's seen the work that I was doing. And then they say, a lot of people don't understand is like producing anything really anything in your craft, bro. You got to take that. You got to see, you know what I mean? You got to put in that hard work first. You know what I mean? Because that's the stuff that, like you said in the beginning, puts you at that table. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People don't really understand. A lot of people think just because being around those type of people, they're just going to let you in. And I've seen a lot of it up in the studio, I'm not going to lie, because people that think they're just going to hang around Marv and think that just because Marv got stuff going on, that makes me still got stuff going on. But people don't understand, you got to put in the work to like bring that value.
Work, bro. And
hanging around isn't going to do it. And just being around people, you know what I mean? You got to make yourself valuable. You got to believe in yourself first.
And
for sure.
You got to put in the right work. Don't do busy work, man. Like, make work purposeful. That's why I was telling you earlier with Marv. We kind of like-minded because we understood that we're not going to just in here just working just to work.
Let's do something to do something.
Make something
impactful. Yeah. What's going to, yeah.
Like and I bring an artist in here that's purpose. We understand why we're doing this and in the outcome what that will be.
Yes, sir.
Instead of just playing around like, with different artists or just different songs. Like, meaning now,
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the last thing I pretty much want to talk to you about is like, I mean, I do see you tend to work with a lot of female artists.
Yeah.
I would say. So, I mean, like, as a producer standpoint, like, what's your take on that? Like, I mean, female artists, I feel like they're really, like you said, taking over the game right now. You know what I mean? They're really in the music industry, for sure.
So, remember we was talking about producers, and you got your level of producers. You got your producers who make beats. Mm-hmm. Again, I still call them producers. I don't call them beat makers.
We're not going to discredit you, buddy.
Yeah, you're still a producer.
We'll give you that.
Then you have producers who make records.
Yeah.
So I came into the game making records. I learned that a lot of women, they prefer producers that help them make records because they like taking more of a, like they want to be led in a sense. They like to have some direction. So, dudes, they kind of got their own shit figured out. That's kind of what it was for me. Like
load the beat up. Come on.
Yeah, load the beat up. And step out the way.
Yeah, I've seen your work, man. You're like, all right, pause. Let me try that cadence. Let me hear it again. Try a little bit more enthusiasm on that part. Hold that note. I've seen it, bro. It's like a different. Yeah. So basically, what he's saying is like that's the real difference right there.
Yeah.
And that's part of that making that record, right?
It's part of making a record.
Actually listening to it, hearing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I did music in high school and stuff like that, so I'm not like whatever. But I recorded music, and it's different when you got someone actually like making the record with you. Like,
yeah. And I felt an energy of them wanting to be led, and you get them in a studio, they like, okay, produce me. So
you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's I'm a man, bro.
For sure.
Grown ass man. It makes me feel.
Hell yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm a leader.
You like that shit?
But then you understand that you really are a leader, and you don't really understand. You don't realize it till you realize it.
Hold that shit down.
And it's and again, I work with males. I don't work with dudes, but they just want beats. So,
and you don't do that shit like that.
I mean, I just send them beats, and that's cool. Like that's cool. But that's why I work with more. That's why you see me working with a lot of females.
Got it.
Because they just, and they are taking over.
They are. I feel like recently they are.
They are
very impactful.
They on their shit, man, and I love it because
need a song with Sexy Red.
I have one.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's pull that up. What's that song called?
I had put up a post where I said I have like hundreds of unreleased records, so I don't know what they're gonna do with them. I don't want to call it out because they.
It's unreleased.
Yeah, it's all unreleased.
My bad. I thought it was already out. But yeah, I would love a song to hear with you, Sexy Red.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
But you already got it, so let's hope that that we need that tape, bro.
Yeah, that's why I said I need to drop the tape.
Man. We need the tape, man.
It's really a privilege to be doing music because again, if somebody can correct me, that's cool. I feel like real estate and publishing are the two most lucrative things you can get into, like in this world. And I don't know if I would be doing anything else because I don't know how to do anything else. So it's like I take full advantage of being able to do it, and I will reach out to anybody. Like I'm very active, so I'm always on the phone. I'm always in the DMs. I'm always like, who can I work with next? Even independent artists. I love working with independent artists. They're the most hungry, and they're the most humble. So they're able to listen, and they take my word, and they really they want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So work is endless as long as I'm consistently
getting something done,
getting shit done, like really moving. And I
love
love collecting.
Yeah, moving with a purpose. Yeah, for sure.
I love collecting and publishing, bro. Like that's my lifeline. So some bigger than others, but shit, as long as I'm collecting, man, it's dope. And then you meet a lot of people along the way. You're learning. I'm still learning.
Always room for growth as well.
Yeah. But I'm so glad I've learned what I know. So I know, bro. Like I told you, my life is mapped out already. I know how to get what I need to get.
Where you're going.
Yeah. So that's why it's like if you play video games, you know what you got to do to get to the next level, even if it's gonna take a while.
You still
gotta
have
that side quest. Fuck it, let's do it. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm like collecting them all like fucking Pokemon, bro. I'm just like All right, next, got that one. All right, that's gonna take a minute, but I'm gonna get to it. Or you got to collect publishing, man, because that's your lifeline. Like, I still get checks from the record I did back in 2007.
Wow.
You know, that doesn't stop. That continues.
Publishing and how important that is, and basically one of the, you in your opinion, one of the most important things in the world. I mean,
I think
lucrative things.
I
or
think
something
it's
like,
the top two most lucrative incomes in the world. Real estate is. I think
resi-
real estate is
yeah.
at top.
That
Which one I'm
ROI,
trying to get
yep.
into next. But then after real estate, I think it's publishing, music publishing. Like that just never ends.
Never.
That's why publishing companies are offering millions of dollars for your publishing. My first deal is nothing, bro. It's baby. I say $250,000, and the ones that are really in this, that's nothing. That's like entry level.
So what are like the top ones?
The top ones are like $2 million. They offer these. They give those away because.
I think I'm doing the wrong thing.
It's the because my next deal is gonna be a little under $1 million, and then the third one is probably gonna be 2 to 3. But the thing is, like, you gotta understand that publishing is so lucrative. They want your publishing. They're gonna ask for 50% of it. Some producers don't even want to do those deals because they know how lucrative their publishing is. They don't even.
That's why I always say, like, yeah, careful about signing deals and stuff.
She don't want it. She don't want her deal. She wants to keep her shit.
We don't talk about that.
Well,
lately
I've been like maybe.
Wait, so you got one of these deals too?
I don't want one. I turned them down.
She turns them down. That's how lucrative this shit is, bro. So that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
know what? If you take a little one, now you gotta recoup it before you get the big one.
Correct.
So I've been waiting till they offer me at least $500,000.
correct.
At least.
At least.
So
I think it should be a
it's at least your entry level joint is at least like a $500,000, $250,000. One of my partners.
I'm doing the wrong thing, bro. Apparently.
But look, you owe it back.
You gotta
work that shit back, though.
You gotta work hard by, you gotta make a lot of records so you recoup your deal. So when you get the money, you still gotta pay it back within your publishing. So that's why
basically just gotta keep locking in.
You
Like,
just gotta keep locking in. That's why I say you see what me and Marv doing, bro. We doing projects. I don't want to do no more little. I don't do that. I do things with purpose because I need the publishing, and it generates. Especially if I do a whole project, that's like, that's taking up like a majority of what I owe. So it's but it's easy if you just work, bro. You just got to do it. So yeah, some people don't need it. I needed it. I was broke at the time. That's why I took it. I was like, fuck it, give it to me.
give me that quarter mil
Yeah.
that you blew the first year.
But I mean, yeah, I blew in the first year, but it's cool now because I'm so like the next one is gonna be. Now I'm getting into real estate the next time, man.
You do gamble a lot too.
Damn, how'd you know that shit, bro?
Peep the gram.
I be gambling, but
I peep the gram.
I gamble responsibly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not one of those irresponsible.
You're pretty good, no?
Yeah, I do like.
Yeah.
I play poker, so poker is more so. It's a skill.
Okay.
It's not just throwing your money away hoping that you get it back.
You gotta have some.
You gotta have some skill. So
You gotta be that guy.
yeah.
Okay, so so that being said, what advice would you give? Like, I feel like you gave a lot of good advice, for anyone that's trying to come up right now, or just, you know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like there's a lot of people that probably want to be in the same position you're in, and then didn't get lucky to, have someone like Rubi Rose, she's one of the biggest female artists, you know what I mean, out here. So, is there any advice you would give to them? Because that is very fortunate that you got that, you know what I mean? Because she not only is, that was cool, but, Rubi Rose, she's one of the biggest out here now. And she keeps getting bigger, too.
It's
And I know you have work with Young Ma too, right? And then Danny Lee as well. So a bunch of people like that.
Well, that comes after that. Then the rest is easy.
Right.
But like, you're right. Everybody's not fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't think that's how life works. I'm not trying to get all spiritual. I don't think that's how life works. I think the way life works is it don't matter. It don't matter who it's gonna whatever it's, as long as you are working hard and your mind is in the right place, your heart's in the right place, that opportunity is gonna come regardless. I've never seen.
I believe you. Yeah, no, I can agree on that too as well.
I've never seen an artist or a creator in general who chose to be consistent with a good mindset and not make it to the next level. There has not been a single person.
That's good to hear because I think I'm living proof of that for sure.
As long as you're consistent, I guarantee you, the next level happens. However it happens.
Exactly.
It's just gonna happen.
Exactly.
If you're not consistent or you,
it won't happen.
It's
Yep.
not gonna happen.
That's
So,
like how I got here for sure. Being consistent, like I said in the beginning. Yeah.
So you can say, the outside looking in can say you were fortunate that Ruby came.
Right.
But it's not. I wasn't fortunate. It was.
The work was put in. Yeah.
It may not have been Ruby. It could have been somebody else.
Right.
But it was gonna happen regardless because I was consistent and I was like, my mind was like, yo, it's time.
So the biggest thing is just lock in and then work in and then everything will work out.
And then
yeah.
So like with you doing this consistently, it don't matter what's gonna happen. It's gonna
happen. Yeah.
And that right person's gonna walk in and be like, okay, let's take you over to iHeart now because it just happens. I can't tell you how it's gonna happen, but it's
gonna happen. I really believe that. No, for sure. I love that. No, definitely, for sure. I'm telling you, man. Like, and I tell people all the time. Like when I started my podcast, no one told me that I was gonna have a studio, and then Marv helped me got actually other deals too. I got some other sponsorship deals because of Marv, and shit like that. But things like that, I didn't know. Like I just knew my vision and what I wanted to do, and I knew if I just work hard, and I'm very like I was kind of like. I wasn't prepared all the way with the podcast. Like I started out with, I didn't have a laptop, bro, shit like that, and I didn't know how to edit. I didn't have software, but I just knew if I just kept at it, like eventually, if I keep working, I'm more of like I learn as I go. So I had to learn, but I just, I took it one thing at a time, and I met people, and then someone said, oh yeah, here's a software you could use. One of my friends, he gave me the software, and then I bought myself a MacBook Pro. Then I went from there, and then I got lights, and then I got a better camera, and then I got to be able to host, and I met different people, and then I get sponsorship, and then I get pulled out of my crib to the studio, and I get more deals, and I'm in front of people like you now. I started this, I was doing this shit in my living room, bro. Like that's just, good. Interviewing my friends and stuff. That's how this all shit started, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely can relate on that for sure too. I think if you deadass have the mindset and the consistency and just knowing like what you want and just knowing that you're just trying to get better at it, I think things do happen in their own ways, of course. So I think that's probably the best advice you probably give on to somebody as well.
I would really like to hear somebody. I'd really like to hear from somebody who feels like they were consistent for many years and nothing.
And that,
I don't think I can. I don't think I would. I don't think anybody can tell me that. And if they do say that,
they gotta be capped.
Something ain't right. Like either your heart ain't in the right place or you not really being consistent. Because there's not one person who can say I've been consistent.
I think there's probably some one-hit wonders out there though, that like maybe just tried something and got lucky and then went viral.
Yeah, well then, that was their destiny. I guess that was what
they
wanted.
You ever seen that across music, especially some people that just making one song?
Yeah, but one-hit wonders are still rich today.
True.
Music does not stop.
Publishing thing, like you said.
Publishing continues. So
it's not like a total L or nothing like that.
Yeah, there's like who stopped making music years ago? Like there's like I don't know. You can name any one of these dudes. They're still making money. They're publishing. T-Pain don't make music no more, but he ran the 2000s. He's good.
Shout out T-Pain, bro, for sure.
He was on everybody's feature. He don't have to make a record for the rest of his life. He's good. So he wasn't a one-hit wonder. But
definitely not. Shout out T-Pain, brother.
Yeah, but there are one-hit wonders that are good. They solid. They ain't got to do shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Just throwing a scenario out there. Whatever.
Hey, man, publishing is
key,
the
man.
second highest lucrative thing you can have. I don't care what nobody say. Somebody
Ben said it, man. Ben said it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. But honestly, man, just like really staying true to this shit, man, because we get lost real easy, and we all kind of in the same generation, just younger, older than others, but like we, social media really fucked this up for us because we think everything just, we create this facade on social media. Now you just want to be that. And we lose track of what we're really trying to do, like how to get to this.
Yeah.
How to get to what we see. Like, we want to be what we see on, TV and social media, but like never lose focus, like the grind part. And
man, I'm in it right now. Trust me, bro.
The grind part becomes frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, damn, why am I not there yet?
Yeah.
But like, there's really
have your fun on social media, do your thing, but get back to the root of why we're here, what you're trying to get to. Because, like I said, there's not one person who stayed consistent and did not make it. And, I joke around about, like, blowing the money and shit. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's really easy to lose focus because you feel like you made it already. Now you don't have to grind as hard. Matter of fact, sometimes shit's coming fast. You don't even have to grind. Now it's coming to you. Like I was sitting at home and I was just getting deals. Like, do this project, do that project. And that was back when like NFTs and Bitcoin was big. Like people were paying me in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that shit was growing. So I didn't even have to work. Shit was just happening. And at that point I'm like, I lose track of, I don't have to do this shit. I wasn't as hungry.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, but it's hard though because you're so in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, it is.
And you will lose. And the crazy thing is, I told you in Atlanta, it felt like I reached my ceiling. That's why I left because it's like there's nothing left for me to do here. I come to LA and I realize I'm at the bottom. But when I have this money, I think I'm at the top. When I'm really at the bottom, that's why I said you look in the mirror, you're like, you're not that guy, Jay.
Yeah.
And that shit goes quick.
You had that talk with yourself.
Yeah,
you did.
And when that shit went quick. Now I'm looking in the mirror in this big ass city, like, oh shit.
Makes you reevaluate again.
Gotta get back to what I did in Atlanta. Yeah. Like I gotta get back to the grind, and that's with anything, man. Sometimes you lose it.
You gotta keep it. You gotta keep that mentality, man.
Yeah, because you realize real quick, man. Nah, you're not that yet, but
it's a very humbling experience, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's part of the growth as well. You have to go through it. You know what I mean? To know, yeah.
That's what I say, man. This whole thing has been character development. Yeah. And I love where I'm at now. And there's a big goal at the end. There's a big thing at the end for me.
That $2 to $5 mil, that deal you talking about?
Yeah. It's
yeah.
I got. Me and Laura got a record coming out soon. That's gonna. It's gonna take it to the next level.
Fire.
Oh. Yeah.
We got another one now.
Yeah, about some shit. So that's why I say some guys just sit.
We gonna get an interview in for sure.
Oh yeah. She taught me something.
And anyone else you want to recommend to the podcast? Oh yeah, we could definitely do that for sure.
You got Jay at a good time. You better be.
Yeah,
He's here now. You better be.
Yeah,
I thought you were already kind of.
I'm trying to tell you. I thought too.
You know what I'm saying? I just. You know what I'm saying? But hey. Room for growth, you know what I mean? You about to go up. You're about to go up.
I swear, me too. I thought I was up there too.
I mean, just
it's not bro. There's so much more to this.
Sony and the put.
Yeah, Sony, like it feels
it's cool.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? So I just
I'm not. You know what? I don't take it for granted. I just said
right.
That. I don't take none of this for like. I'm glad I got here because a lot of people have not gotten here.
Yeah.
And 3 years ago I would have looked at myself like, you made it, Jay. You're there. You did it, and I appreciate that. Right now, I do not take this for granted. But getting here makes me realize, this ain't shit. This ain't it. There's more. And I love that feeling.
I kind of feel that too. Like I just tell my sister right here too. Like I get so used to things. Like I was just doing this in my house. You know what I mean? I get so comfortable. You know what I mean? I'm just, I remember sitting at home like just wishing some shit like this would happen.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But now like I'm doing this and I got another sponsor with another studio. Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel that though. Like you know what I mean? But I'm in the moment because like I know like where I'm supposed to really be. You know what I mean? But you just get so in the moment and no.
Sure. I enjoy being uncomfortable. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Hell yeah.
There's other shit next, but
Okay. Well, I want to say I think this was a good episode, Jay. Man, I don't know how you feeling right now, brother.
It's good, man.
It's cool.
I had to like talk about shit that I wouldn't talk about. It's cool. They need to know, bro. Fuck this shit, man. You not that guy. It's okay to not.
Yeah, no, for sure. They need to know, man.
It's okay.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people see. You know what I'm saying? They see you popping with the famous people. You got ice on, shit like all the time. I don't think they really know.
That's
you know
cool.
What I'm saying?
It ain't nothing, bro. It ain't. It's cool. I'll tell you when I made it. I'll come back on this podcast.
I'm
let
down,
you know
man.
I'm that guy.
We gotta lock in, Jay.
I'll let you know. I probably won't have none of this shit
just to
on.
let me know.
I probably won't have. I'll probably be wearing sweats and a t-shirt. Like now, I'm that guy. I'm
all
that
right.
guy. This is all a facade, man. I ain't afraid of nothing. I'll tell y'all. This ain't shit, bro. We do this to try to look good. That don't mean shit, bro. This don't mean nothing.
It's a nice watch though. I like it.
It's a nice watch, and I
really like the watch. Yeah, it's nice.
But this shit don't mean nothing.
I love it.
It's like for
For what? It's good.
It's material.
Good. It's material. It looks good when you're in the studio and they kind of respect you a little bit. That's probably it. But I'm not that guy. I will let you know when I'm that guy. I'll come back here and be like, oh, I'm that guy. We're here.
All right.
Yeah. But again, I don't take none of this for granted. I'm so appreciative of how hard I work. Because I work hard as hell.
Fuck yeah.
I work hard as hell, man, just to be here. So I don't take that for granted.
Right.
But I'm okay with saying I'm uncomfortable.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good mentality to have to always grow. Yeah. For sure. I want to say I appreciate you coming down the Real Me Real podcast. I hope you enjoyed, you know what I'm saying, the episode, man. I think this is really good. Like I said, Jay, like, I mean, most of my relationships with my guests, sometimes, you know, always when the camera's off, it's always more than that. Sometimes it isn't. But I feel like you're really cool, and I would love to always lock in with you, bro. Yeah, sure. Most definitely. I feel like, you know, this would be a great start, having her on here and stuff like that. Sure. And maybe, you know, start to the beginning. You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah. And I want to say I appreciate you coming on, bro. And I'm definitely down to do that part 2 when you're that guy. Yeah. Like, you're that guy for sure. You come on here on the Real Me Real, you tell them, because we talked about it, manifested everything. Thanks. You know, because I know you seen in that crystal globe for sure. Like you told me about, right?
Thanks.
As well.
It's already written, bro.
Hell yeah. I want to say I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but until then, make sure you guys are subscribed. Let me know who you guys want to see next. Be tuned in with the episodes we got out right now. I just did an episode with Milo. You know who is the Soli brand? A Soli brand? It's like a pretty big fashion LA brand. You know Desto Dub, like the cough syrup brand? Know that one?
I don't know none of them.
You guys know, you know that? Yeah, so the owner of Asali, I just did an interview with him, and then we just did an episode with him live in the store, which is pretty cool. So you guys can go tune into that. Like I said, this is season 3. We're gonna kick it off with my boy Jay. A lot of big interviews coming in.
This is the new season?
Yes, this is the new season, the first episode of the season 3, bro. This is the first episode. So I'm glad to have you on, man. To many more. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next episode for real. Appreciate you, Jay. No doubt.